Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel and to another video of price action trading, where we are trying to figure out how the market actually moves. And today I want to talk about a little bit more about the overshoots, because I've got a lot of traders that keep ignoring the overshoots and they keep having losers at their trend lines. And the overshoot is pretty self-explanatory. The overshoot just signifies the overshoot on the opposite trend channel line from the downtrend. So in a downtrend, the overshoot is characterized by the overshoot of the lower trend channel line. In an uptrend, it is characterized by the overshoot of an higher upper trend channel line. And the tricky part about overshoots is that with an overshoot of the trend channel line, the market is now most likely going to go in the opposite direction much stronger, and they will probably ignore the trend channel line. You can see it happened here, but it didn't happen here. But most of the time, the market will ignore the trend channel line and it will lead to a break. And you can see the break happened very quickly eventually here. So this is the rules when we are talking about overshoots. With the overshoots, the market is most likely going to break the trend line in an opposite direction, and it's going to be a pretty big move. And the reason for this is because the normal activity for the market in a trend channel line is that it keeps bouncing from highs and lows, from the support and resistance. That's what the trend lines are, basically just a slanted support and resistance line. And the market keeps bouncing from these up and down, up and down. But with the overshoot, this means that there are no sellers left. All the sellers in this particular instance, or in this particular instance right here, the buyers would be here, the sellers is here. All the sellers are jumping and trying to catch the last train to make the move down. And at the point, once we overshoot, there is the market telling us that there is most likely not going to be that many sellers, and the opposite buyers will start jumping into the market. So all the people, they are putting their last hopes right here. They're selling everything they got, even if it might just be temporary, and the bulls come into play. But let's talk about this. And also overshoot a lot of times will be measured. It didn't happen here, but just because it didn't happen here doesn't mean it's not happening. The overshoot a lot of times will be measured. This is the overshoot and this is the break. We went a little bit further here and we went a little bit further here. And I mean you measure the overshoot, and the break will be most of the time measured as well. And you can see how prices rallied up big time here. Bulls, they got all they had in this last bullish move, and then sellers came into the market instantly and shut them down. We actually made second entry long here, but I don't want to mark this second entry. First of all, it's too early for trading session, but even though with the overshoot, you got to be a little bit careful. So next trade for today would be, you have a break of this trend line, and the rules of the trend line are telling us that after a break, there's most likely going to be a new extreme, or at least a correction. And you have a lower high here from this high. So this is a pullback first entry, pullback second entry long. That is according to our rules, because we are looking for second entry longs at the key entry point. And this is at the EMA, and we are looking for prices to make a new high. So this is what the trade would look like on the right side, or far right side of the chart. You're waiting for a new high, you have a break, and this is a second entry long. Nice bullish signal bar. So no hesitation there. And you can see prices tried to make a new high, but they actually found a little bit of a resistance here, and for some reason we didn't make a new high, and we actually reversed from here and we continue going lower. But there is no reversal pattern from here, because reversal pattern is failed 2 attempts and spiked through the EMA. We made it through the EMA, but the failed 2 attempts happened right here, and this is still above the EMA. This is the new high, pullback first entry, pullback second entry. Market moves in twos, two-legged pullback, but this is not a reversal pattern. We are still above the EMA. So the reversal pattern is, we need to spike through the EMA. This is how we use the indicator as a support tool. And from this point on, market just went into a downtrend, and unfortunately we cannot trade this downtrend according to our rules, because there's just a bunch of first entries, and we want the higher probability setup, the highest probability setup as we can get. And unfortunately that didn't happen today in this trading session on this market. because we just have a bunch of first entries, and then we have the overshoot. So at this point you need to be paying attention that we might actually reverse from here very quickly, and this is what happened. We actually reversed from here very quickly. We made a first entry short at the key entry point, so this is okay. We have a break, we are looking for a new low, but this is just the first entry, and you have this trend line working higher. But we actually tick one tick higher above this bullish bar and instantly reverse down. So prices attempted to make a new high with tick above this bullish bar. There were bulls in the market that tried to make a new high. However, the bearish momentum was so strong, this downtrend was looking so good, and the EMA is holding so nicely that this is now officially first entry short, pullback, second entry short, a nice big bearish signal bar, and this is where we want to go short. You can see market make 2 legs to a new low. Alright, but now with the new low, what we're supposed to be expecting? Yes, we're supposed to be expecting a correction or possibly a reversal. So what we have to do, we have to once again draw the short-term trend lines to keep us on the right side of the market. We have the trend line working higher, but this is the new high. We have a first entry long that failed. So there's something a little bit suspicious here, because first entry failed and failed fairly quickly, but you know what's going to happen. Market moves into, so we're most likely gonna get a second attempt. So we have a first entry long that failed, pullback, second entry long. It is below the EMA, and the trend is still looking downtrendish like. So this is not, once again, reversal pattern, because if this was a legit reversal pattern, the EMA would be holding and we would make failed second entry short and the EMA would be holding. But here you have to start paying a little bit more attention, because we got through the EMA and we got through the EMA twice, and so now we are below the EMA. So at this point we are making lower highs. You can see each high is lower than the previous one, and there is something going on. We might continue lower at this point. So with the failed second entry long, with this nice bearish signal bar, this is where I actually like going long. Like going short, because we failed twice to make a new high of this bullish correction, and you can see market is not really rallying up from here. There's a big bearish ceiling right here, stopping the bulls to rally the market higher. So with the failed second entry long, this is according to our rules. So we made 2 attempts to make a new high, and we may continue working in a downtrend, and each new high is lower than the previous one, and this is a big sign that we may actually keep continuing going lower. So I like taking this failed second entry long. We made one more leg to a new low and a second leg to a new low. I marked this trade. This is just a first entry, but it is such a big bearish reversal bar, and it is off the EMA. And at this point, since we are making new highs each time, I really thought we're gonna sell off from here big time. At this point, when the market is looking like this, I'm starting to think this is going to be a downtrend day. It didn't happen. We actually had quite of a correction. We still keep continuing going lower. Don't make no mistake about it. This is, if you look at this, big downtrend at the end of the day. But once we couldn't rally the market up higher from this point, this is when I was actually starting to think about we may continue going lower and lower from here. So this is nice big bearish reversal bar. This is sort of a breakout pullback trade. EMA is holding a nice scalp, and then you can see price is just starting to go into a little bit consolidation, because we already made a new low twice. So the traders are not really looking to go short, but there's still not that many bulls to go long either, because we are in a downtrend now. And you can see this is a bottoming pattern right here forming. We actually have multiple bottoms right here, and this is starting to look like a trading range. It is a small trading range, but nevertheless it is a trading range. And you know how we trade a trading range according to our rules. We fade the breakout. Most breakouts of trading ranges will fail. 90% of breakouts of trading ranges will fail. We broke higher through the trading range in a downtrend, and this is the new high. First entry long, pullback, second entry long with the tick above this bar, and it failed. Nice bearish reversal bar, and we are probably heading back into the trading range. And the prices pull back and they retested the resistance of the trading range, and this is why I like this trade so much. And once again, the signal bars were very good today. This is the perfect day for signal bars, because on most of these trades we had the almost textbook signal bars, nice bearish reversal bars each time. Look at how nice and juicy this signal bar is. We ticked higher one tick. Once again, we trapped all the bulls and rallied up higher. The resistance is now holding. We are in a downtrend and we rallied up big time from here. I didn't expect this to happen at all, because we actually broke the support here big time. And you know, it's no surprise we pulled back, retested it, and actually went higher. But I didn't mark any longs here, because at this point on, this is starting to look like a legit big downtrend. I was expecting this to be one of those big downtrend days. It didn't happen, it was quite slower. But we shot through the EMA, so this is not a good sign. We are retesting this resistance, but this leg was so big that, you know, I was feeling that we might have a little bit of break here, because as of a big move down this move was very steep and is getting close to 90-degree angle move. So once we broke below this support this harshly, I was really kind of hesitant to be looking for shorts more, but I was still hesitant to looking to go long either, because this was still a downtrend at the end of the day. So I just think, you know, the prices are now in the middle of the EMA exactly, and it is tempting to go both long and short because you're waiting for a new high of this, but the prices are retesting this resistance now. I just think you want to skip this small little congestion right here, and I don't think you want to keep going long, because there's just a bunch of first entries and I was still planning as a downtrend. So, and this is looking like a healthy downtrend at this point on. So prices actually made one last big move up. We reversed from here. Prices shot through the EMA. First entry long, pull back, second entry long. Now I only marked this as a failed second entry long, but the signal bar is horrible here. I only marked it if you have a better signal bar right here, because there is a big stem at the end of the close of the bar. But it is a failed second entry long and we spiked through the EMA. So this is the reversal pattern. Unfortunately, the signal bar right here is bad. So in case there is a better signal bar in the future, this pattern is according to our rules and it's good. And I found the trend line from the lows. I just copied it from the lows because it fits nicely from the lows. And I drag it to the high, to the tops like this. And I actually attempted to take this trade, because I was just about to record the video and I was actually in my first minute of the video, and I put my limit order back, but it went fairly quickly without me. And as you can see, it would have got back and filled me, but you know, we cannot trade like this. Once the trade already makes the scalp portion, we out. You know, we gotta cancel the order and wait for the next trade. But you have a break, you have a trend line working higher, you have a break, attempt to make a new high, you have a double top at the EMA at the key entry point. It is a first entry short, pullback, second entry short, and we're looking to make a new low of this downtrend now. This is a textbook setup. I'm you know, quite sad I didn't make this trade. I was really trying to get the trade in, but I was just about to record the video and I just noticed this trade at the very last minute. But this trend, you can see at the end of the day, there is some legit, you know, downtrend, and there may be some bigger trend line working that really is not helping us that much. All you can do is just draw the short term ones and you will do good. Just remember to pay a little bit more attention to these overshoots, because just because we bounce here from here now, you know, most of the time, 90% of times, the overshoot will lead to the break instantly. Just because it didn't happen here, you know, you can see it happened on the very next overshoot. So be careful about the overshoots. You can get trapped actually very easy. And so I'm gonna wrap it up. Hopefully this video was helpful to you guys, and see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.